rings. Okay, I'm not sure how much I'm going to do this Lionsgate thing. I'm just kind of milking it for all that it's worth. Because I'm not much of a new ager, but you never know. Bringing good vibrations, I can use all I can get at this point. Because I had an energy attack. That's why I'm sick. I'm not going to go into the details of it. It's not somebody that thinks they know everything that's out there. And it's not somebody that's physical, let's put it that way. Even if somebody might take the credit for it. But, I can't hide it. I sound sick because I am sick. So it happened right before the weather went bad. I'm going to get a humidifier. Hopefully that can help me breathe. I am starting to feel a little bit better, though. I'm doing everything I can. It's like your head's a fishbowl. So, this is fun. So let's see. The Lionsgate freak. Well, I got these guys are running around like they're lost their minds. That's good. Lionsgate freak. Yeah, no, it's not exactly the best. At least the new age stuff is not the best energy. Whatever, right? But there are lines aside of all the new age nonsense that's out there, which is a little bit too much. There are Lions Gates, which I doubt many people would think. Like structures, or most of them are ruins at this point, like in Iraq and I don't know. I guess Sudan. I'm not sure Sudan feels like Sudan has something there. I'm not gonna look it up, but it does have a there is definitely energy. The places that do have a physical Lionsgate, like they have a structure built for it. It is to manifest good vibrations, or maybe not. Or obviously, it shows the presence that's there, the feline energy. But it is also the feline and reptilian. Those two are still kind of married together, even if there is not a reptilian / Lionsgate. It's still. They're still kind of married together, if they like it or not, at least in our world. Well, it has to do with the structure, the reptilian DNA with the lion. So, like I say, the feline is trying to graduate, or they're both trying to graduate from each other. Or I want to say to get away from each other. There's probably some of that out there. But it's the reptilian and the feline is like a union to come more together. So I'm about to sneeze too. Let me turn this off. I'll turn both off. Jeez. Yeah. I made somebody mad, that's for sure. Take a number. I guess that's why I felt. Obviously, there's entities there that don't want to see the two of them connect at all. But obviously, they're connected here, and it's going so well. The world is just tearing itself apart. You can remove all the political nonsense and propaganda. There's still a lot of course, it'd be nice to remove that at all. Good luck with that. Just a fight between. Not everybody's going through it, but some people are probably feeling it. Families go through it all the time. It's not just that; it's insectoid energies too, like to screw around with everyone's frequency. You say so feline and reptilian energies, the mixture of the two, because they both kind of have to mature with each other. They're both very immature before they connected, and now they're not to say they're the super mature now, but it is they're going through a maturity process. Well, it's like, what can you create you know, beyond that, what, it's like what, I guess, species, what's the grays? Yeah. Well, there's offshoots already of this, of our race. Of course, we don't see them physically. They might talk about themselves spiritually, but we don't really see them physically. Here, so you can come up with any race you want to. There's no proof of it, really. You yell, but there's no real physical proof of them. I mean, I do feel their vibes around, but you don't really see them walking around. I mean, you do, but not with a spaceship. You just hear them talk about it, but you don't see them actually do it. And that goes into the aliens need to grow up. Um, I don't know. So this goes more to the aliens that are just talking down to us all the time, at least through some people. Maybe the ones I tune on might be talking down to people I don't even know if they are or not. That's not the intention, but some of them, I don't know, man. Just some of these, I get it's not just Arcturian, but some of it's Arcturian. It just, you know, the grass is greener until they incarnate here. They can say whatever they want. It's still it's like word salad that comes out of them to just whatever, right? They got issues, that's for sure. But they wouldn't be here if they didn't have anything going on with them. So they all have problems, especially, well, at least the Pleiadians and the Syrians, at least they know they've screwed up here. And the Arcturians don't hear about that very often, but they're abusive magic, abusive spell work, and stuff like that. That's their involvement. They're adolescents. They still can't get their act together either. So talking down to us is not helping any. Well, I guess for some they're helping them because they don't think anything of themselves. Jeez. Yeah, that's what we're going to go far with this place. That's for sure. Jeez. We're going to go nowhere. As I was talking, we have private sessions. Words not coming to me. And we have a schedule word. Jeez. I'm feeling a little bit better here and there. Sort of. Yeah. Feeling, yeah. It's kicking in little by little. What I'm doing, trying to reverse this thing. Yeah, it's been rough. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but what caused it was a creature. Yeah, just well, the idea is for us to get somewhere with all this. So we're not just doing this for the hell of it, but I can say that all day long. Doesn't mean we'll really see a whole lot of, it's supposed to have some kind of result, whatever that is. Who knows? So we're going to Lionsgate frequency without all the new age manipulation, which is a lot of that that's out there. So clear that frequency out. Just going to the Lionsgate, the ancient energies of it, whatever, what is Atlantean connections and so on, things like that. And then the aliens that need to grow up. Well, that's. Not to say people here are not growing up, or they are. You're here. Some might be going through their own immaturity, but still you're here and they aren't. So they can talk all they want. The aliens can blah blah, whatever, how cool they are. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're here, they aren't. So you have the advantage over them. The grass might be greener because they don't have all these challenges. Sort of. But then again, we've all had incarnations, but we didn't have all these challenges either. It's just that they talk, at least they're channelings, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, they just come off as clueless a lot of times, depending on the situation. Some reptilians, it's just they still have a lot to figure out. Of course, society doesn't even accept it because society is still fighting itself and whatever, stuck in the old way of life. Yeah, it's the grass is greener, all this galactic stuff. Yeah, it's better. I'm not sure if there's a better anywhere. So, all right, we're going to ancient uh, Lionsgate frequencies, and then going to the alien energies of. We're going to the astral. It's a neutral somewhere for that. All right, great blessings. Greetings to the Lionsgate frequency from Sirius. Uh, yes, we're learning a great deal from your world. Well, our struggle, like all of our struggles, got dumped onto your planet. You can say we weren't always aware of how difficult we can be. Of course, there's a humanoid, humans and female. There's scorpions. We have it all in Sirius, and we, connecting to your world. The idea was to make a better place, and you can say that became more opposite. And once it began its descent, it was no stopping it. A snowball effect, as you would call it, and a lot of us got stuck here. And that's the Middle East. Your whole Middle East conflict, without using the words, without using trigger words of that, well, without taking sides. It's a wound. It's just that, yes, they choose not to get along with each other for various different reasons. Obviously, there's a lot of nefarious frequencies going on. Of some of it's Anunnaki connected. Yeah, Orion beings that came here want us or want the planet. Just they want what they can get out of you and just leave the rest. Like take your power away. The Orions work very much with the lower dimensions too. It's all about power. It sounds very generic, but then again, you see how this world is under control the way it is. It's really about suppression of societies. and why you're here, is to unlock that, to free yourself, not just yourself but others. It's kind of like to have the happy ending at the end, basically, for humanity in general. It's kind of like the pearly gates to some level, some form. It's just basically you're clearing a blockage, so you don't have to go back to that anymore. Like your current situation. Think of it that way. The Orion beings, yeah, they're just powerful magicians, and the idea is to keep your society ignorant, which is working well. You see your education system. Obviously, many of you know that you can go much further than the education system on so many different levels, and society is just not designed to give appreciation to really anyone unless it's financial means. Even there, not really. It's a battle amongst. It's even difficult for us to even describe the full detail of how this all operates here. It's like to pull the rug from under you. Just when you think you have it all figured out, think again. But really, it's entities here, the Orions, for example. There's other beings too. It's not just reptilian. That's just part of the war here. But the idea is just to keep your world suppressed for forever, and they're not going to go easily. Once you start figuring this out, obviously they're not going to just, oh, you're figuring this all out, and you're like, no, they're not going to make it that easy. And they're not just going to walk away either, and just, if they do lose, it's none of that. And so they're going to keep pushing as long as they can, because it hurts them. As you evolve, they get weaker. So the idea is to kind of like outsmart them, you can say. Now we say them, and you do whatever you want with that. We realize it's difficult. Well, they're fourth dimensional beings, they're not going to show themselves. But then again, you see the suppression here physically. So something, you can feel the aggression here. It's always coming from a hidden hand. And that's trickery. So in your path here, it's just basically just knowing yourself, not letting the world's conflicts confuse you. Confusion is how they win. So if you think the stock market's going to get you, who's going to get me? Usually because something's going to get you. It's going to get you when you're not thinking about it. So when you're worried about it, most likely nothing's going to happen. So it's just to bring that worry frequency just keeps the tremors going, keeps this world uneven. But that's why you're here to unlock that, to unlock a lot of these mental traps that are happening here currently. So in the lion's gates, the physical ones, some of them can be used for positivity, some can be used for negativity. They are portals for sure throughout the Middle East. And they're known not to mess with them too much. I mean, there's parts of the world where you can truly feel you are like on another planet, you could say. But either way, just follow your path, your best of your ability. Greens here from astral, a neutral connection. To speak of your aliens that are here that are maybe they're still the aliens that are talking sometimes that are being, some of them are like kids. Now they might be ancient souls, but they're like children. And they might be talking to their friends through the channeling, just trying to give you some advice. When in truth, they have no idea if it's going to work or not. And they're trying to be, I guess, say professional about it. They want you to succeed, yes, but they a lot of them lack experience though here in the physical realms. A lot of them are scared of this place for obvious reasons, because they just lose their temperament. They feel like their dark side will come out too much if they incarnate here. And that's why many of you are here so used to it. At this point, some of you just got pulled into this world. It's like, well, I'm here, might as well, but there's a lot more to it than that, of course. But you're teaching these alien beings, and some of them are still going to stay childlike. But some of them do need a wake-up call too, because they don't have all. It's hard for them to see all. They see all your challenges, but they don't feel. Sometimes they get some vibe of, but they don't feel what you're going through. Not really. So now some of them are being channeled. They say what you would like to hear, and even if it makes no sense whatsoever. You say that's kind of common through all channelers, but there are some cases where it's kind of like, here's some ointment for your wound, and we're just here to make you feel better, even if the sky is falling. You'll get through it somehow. Of course, that's not how they word it, but many beings here feel like they are over their head that are incarnated currently here. And so you kind of need this kind of positive, twist on things. Just the sugar on top. But there's a lot you probably have to deal with. But we're not here to go into all your issues. We'll be here all day if that was the case. And that doesn't mean they'll help anything either. Are you ready to focus on, what you need to release? And most are not. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even the alien beings realize that, if they can see all their issues. They can see all their fear. They see your world. It's like, oh, I just do not like what I see with myself. So you'd be surprised how many alien beings incarnate here. I want to get a gender swap as soon as they get here. You get so, what if oh, maybe if I change this gender, maybe I'll feel better. Oh, wait, maybe if I change it again. That is an Arcturian trait for sure. In the physical, it's a different story. In higher dimensions, it's easy to tap into. It's easy to switch because you're non-physical. You can do whatever you want. But in physical realm, it's just the lessons there are so harsh. It sounded like a good idea, and now it's not. Not anymore. Now you have to kind of sit with it. They're going to we'll just go that. Some that are going to that transgender situation, yeah, they're finding other parts of themselves they're just not too happy with. Well, the chick kids, their childlike self. Maybe sometimes they think they're a kid again when they're 30. And they're talking to people that they should not be talking to that are younger. They're just not thinking right. So you'd be surprised how many not to say that's an excuse, but there's traumas there within some of them that are going through it. Well, yeah, it's huge when you change your whole gender. Now you're just what the hell do you do with it? So yeah, your world is just learning through some hard lessons. Of course, there is some. Well, they made it too easy. That's part of it too. It's just too. It's like it's easy to get food. The bad food is easy to get. Even the good food can have some issues. What's this world's going through? Yeah, it's very Babylonian. Maybe not with the whole gender situation. They didn't have the technology back then. Well, different agendas. But plenty. At least that's what's hitting America. Of course, it's evening. It's bringing more of a balance slowly, but not an easy one. But the alien beings that are here, that are being channeled, some of them obviously hold a lot back. I mean, they can't just come because they feel like they're just going to be parents here, and just they don't want to be like guardians of your planet. To just babysit, you can say. They want, as you are here to step up to, it's not as easy as it sounds. I mean, some feel I can do it right now, but there's a process to everything. Well, you have to kind of lead up to that leadership position, to more of a galactic ambassador, you can say, and not be seen as crazy, because basically the idea is to call in these beings at will at some point. Now, some might do it to some level, but it's still very primitive compared to what you're working towards. So, when is another story. Wait, that is what you're working. Well, it's just that you're evolving as a species. So, but you're waiting. Well, you're growing. You're figuring things out. So it's up to you. So yes, like an alien savior, unlikely. They're most likely turn into your race. If any aliens do come here to so-called save you, they'll just most likely they'll just start acting like humans and just get lost, just like the rest of you. You'd be surprised. So.